craziest places, into the most amazing people. Yes. And surprisingly, I've gotten to get information of things I would never have even imagined.
Like, honestly, I said it yesterday.
It's wild.
Was it yesterday I was saying that? I've never seen Obasanjo in the light that I saw him, thanks to the Duke and his crazy mind. And we're excited because the one and only, he's known as the Duke of Shomolu.
That's right.
He's an accomplished investment banker, a prolific author, and one of Nigeria's most influential theatre producers, with an illustrious career spanning over 22 years in investment banking and another 7 years dedicated to producing some of the country's most engaging stage productions. He has seamlessly blended finance with art, building an extensive network of over 10,000 high-profile contacts across diverse sectors.
Well, beyond his accomplishments in finance, he has made an indelible mark in Nigeria's creative industry.
That's right.
As the founder of Duke of Shomolu Productions, he has produced some of the country's most compelling stage plays over the last 6 years. His productions have been seen by over 200,000 people across major cities, including Lagos, Abeokuta, and Benin, and Warri, and Uyo, and Abuja. And notable amongst his works is Zik, that is a powerful tribute to Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. And he has attracted esteemed personalities such as the Obi of Onitsha and Professor Uche Azikiwe. And aside from that, here we have talked about OBJ as well, Olusegun Obasanjo. He did do a play about him. Historical retrospectives also includes Ogiame Atuase 2 and Lateef Jakonde, which have resonated deeply with audiences.
Now today
he's talking about my daddy.
One of the things he's done is his production that celebrated the legacy of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, and the stage play was called Awo. And it's such we're excited to have him here to share thoughts and tell us everything that we need to know, well, as much as he can in the next 1 hour, that we need to know about Awo, the making, the man behind the scenes, everything in between.
The theme that he decided to explore.
Because let me tell you, what I love about it is how he explores these themes. He goes and picks a theme and explores
for Bianca
it on
was
someone.
Conviction.
Yes.
For OBJ was spirituality. I cannot wait to hear what the one for Awo is.
Ladies, gentlemen, hermaphrodite in between, please make welcome the Duke of Shomolu himself, Joseph Edgar. We are always excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to, every day I'm going to say thank you for the sacrifice, because I know that this time is meant for something else.
Yeah,
but you have dedicated it to. That's the Duke of Shomolu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
He walked in here with these glasses that totally remind you of Awolowo.
I looked at him like, those are Awo's glasses.
There you are. I'm streaming live right now. Well, on YouTube, Super FM Lagos. I'm on Instagram at Chioma BBB, and on Instagram right now, you can see him. He literally just put the glasses on for you.
The Awolowo glasses. You know how round they are? Yes, you know those ones. That's what he's wearing at the moment. I mean, this is all coincidence, purely coincidence. But from the very beginning,
did you decide to do it?
How did that connection? How did you think?
The spirituality of it all comes back again. Yes. So we're just finished Aremu, and then Chief Obafemi just sent for me the next morning around 6:30. I get a call that Chief wants to see you in his private quarters. So I go there, and I notice, usually there's always a crowd, even at that time, So I noticed my assistant director in the chamber just before his private chambers. So I never knew he knew the man.
Oh.
I never knew at least he had that kind of access. And we worked on this thing for 3 months. And so I was like, what are you doing here? He just smiled, I said, okay. So I walked into his private chambers. We were just waking up. And he was thanking me for the play and all of that. So when we finished, I came out and I saw that guy still standing there. And I said, Makinde, you will do Awo for me next. And I walked away. You get. And then he calls me in the afternoon to say, was I serious about what I said? I said, yes, we do Awo. You get. So we do Awo. Let's talk. And then he came over to my hotel that evening and said, okay, so how do I want it? That's how Awo started. It just came like that. And then we just pushed it.
There was no pre, or how you had said that
you woke up one morning and just said, I want to do Awo.
Now you wake up. I just came out of
Obasanjo's
bedroom.
I'm curious as to what conversation you must have had that compelled you to want to do
No, there's no
Awo.
question. He was just telling me thank you for doing the play. He was just telling me thank you. So see, let me just open. I think that two things. Now, so when you are doing what I think you came to this world to do, do you
purpose.
get? Yeah, purpose. I think the whole universe just comes together to work for you. That's one. I think so. Because in all of these 32 productions, I've seen a lot of things I can't explain. Like money coming at the last minute, money coming that morning of the play. You get me now? You know, me saying I want to do Awo coming out of Obasanjo's bedroom because these two were never. You won't call them.
You won't put them together at any point.
Things like that, you know. I me say I want to do Awo, and then it happens and things like that. So there was no plan. There's usually no plan. It just drops. And then when it drops, I move.
That makes me wonder. That you found out, okay, I'm doing it. So what direction did you come from? Because you always have, and you said spirituality, but I'm curious as to where, why, and how.
Yeah, so the beauty about this whole thing is that Ketesha told me on Sunday or Saturday, we had this, I don't know if you guys watched my interview with her on Arise.
Oh, yes, I did. You and Ketesha. I don't know where you could meet outside.
Yeah. And it just says, look, I think you have a love-hate relationship with women.
Yes, she said that. She said that.
Like that, you know. That's so wrong. You get it? So I don't like people who don't have sense. So that's not saying Ketesha doesn't have sense.
No, of course not.
Of course.
So it so just happens that most of the women I come across in engagements, you get me now, talk without sense. And so when I come at them, now look as if I don't like women. I love women.
He loves women. He
I
always
love
says that.
women too much. In my company, everybody's a woman except me. The MD is woman. The branch production manager is woman. Consumer is woman. Everybody's woman. Do you get me now? I like women. So Awo came from the wife. The story was never about Awo. It had nothing to do with Awo.
Can you trace this with Bianca?
Are you serious? Yes, I can.
Yeah, so the story was about the wife. The wife, HID Awolowo. So the question I was trying to answer was, why did this man say this woman is a jewel of inestimable
Value.
Without her, there's no Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Facts, take it anywhere.
Okay, I'm going to pause you for a minute. I'm going to put this camera on.
So I love the woman.
Okay.
I love women. I just don't like the ones that don't have sense. Just like the way I don't like men that don't have sense too. So it's not a...
It's not a sexist
gender
situation.
No.
Okay, so I'm putting the spotlight on this young lady because she timed this Awo. There's a reason she timed the Awo. Do you want to share why Awo was so important to you? Last week we would have done Awo. She said no. Let's do it this week. So share.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, this time, I think, I can maybe 10, 15 years ago, I dare say almost 20 years ago, it was around the time when we were having our inter-house sports. And I owned a shirt that I belonged to the Blue House, Twinkle Star Day Nursery and Primary School, and Awo was behind. And I remember that it was in June because my brother's birthday was a few weeks ahead. And I remember opening a book and seeing that he was the one that actually made education free in Nigeria. And I thought to myself, in Western Nigeria, I'm like, who is this man?
Yeah.
And of course, I mean, I was proud to actually wear that shirt that day. Because I'm like, you know what? This is, it was deciding whether or not I was going to go for Blue House or Red House.
Yeah.
Red is actually my favorite color.
Brilliant.
But then Blue had Awo. And then I read this small snippet that, this is the man that actually did make education free in Nigeria. In Western Nigeria.
Yeah.
And we're in the West.
Yeah.
And I'm having an education because
of him. Brilliant.
Hence, I'm like, you know what? That's what I wanted to do.
Brilliant.
That's what I wanted to do.
I guess what he did a lot of things though. First skyscraper, Cocoa House Ibadan.
Yes.
Western House. You know Western House?
Yes.
First TV station in Africa or West Africa.
To think that we talked about Cocoa House yesterday.
Yeah, it was him. So he had a lot first.
So let's go to where you thought about the wife and how you got across to the wife, because you know the access to the people you want to tell a story about is always another thing altogether. How did that happen?
No, so the wife is dead now. I didn't get across to the wife.
So I mean, how did you get across to who?
Okay, it's very simple now. So and I want to put this very carefully. You see, network is wealth. Wealth is not money. Network is wealth. So from when I opened my eyes in this Lagos, I realized that I had to build network. My target was to be 4 people away from anybody in this world.
4 people away
people
from
away,
anywhere,
yeah.
anybody in this world.
Yes, that's a
Yeah.
hill.
So I'm 4 people away from anybody in this country. That makes sense. Anybody, whether it's Tinubu, whether it's Two-Face, whether it's you, everyone, 4 people, 4 phone calls away. Do you get it? Yeah, 4 phone calls away. So normally I try at the stage of visioning, stage of writing the script, I try not to bother myself with the family and all those people because of undue interference and all of that. These are very big families and they have their issues. Some cases there's polygamy, some cases there are children that are not
In
born
good-
outside and
in
all
good
of
terms
that,
with each
wahala.
other.
So you try not to want to put yourself into all of that. But Awo had a very tight-knit family. Awo always had just that one wife, you get, and
Children.
a finite number of children, and then all that passed, and he had just that one daughter left in Ikene. And she was an ambassador. Obasanjo had made her an ambassador, of Nigeria to one European country, and things like that. So we wrote the script. Makinde wrote the script. It was supposed to be a musical, or it's a musical, and then everything was perfect. You get. So now, but the point of raising the funds, do you get? So that's I'm going to go to Odua Investments. Odua Investments, I was among those that established Odua Investments, with Akintola. And I'm going to go to Odua, but for me to get there, I must get endorsements from family and
Daughter.
No, so before I even got there, I spoke to my friend. So normally, my WhatsApp is very, very, very vibrant. So I broadcasted I'm doing AWO, and then Elvina calls me and says, "Oh, I grew up with this child with his grandchildren in Apapa."
Elvina Ibru.
Apapa. That's me. That's me being 4 people,
4 people away from.
So that's Elvina and Anna knowing Ladi. Ladi is Awo's grandson. They're childhood friends. So Elvina opened how we navigate this. It's a big family and their issues and all of that. So I'll be in front. I said, "No, go to this person."
There's one directing you,
She mentioned Shegun Awolowo. Shegun Awolowo is the first grandchild.
He's the Duke of Shomolu now.
As a
Wow.
child, as a young guy in university. So Shegun was on that street. So we used to use it as to post on guests that our street in that Shomolu is
GRA, wow.
And Shegun Degbami is there. So 2 stars. So Ladi now calls Shegun and tells Shegun about me. Do you get? And then gives Shegun the phone. And gives me the phone to talk to Shegun. And I tell Shegun, "Look, I used to live at Modupe Street." And he screams, that was like 20 years ago. He says, "I live on Modupe Street." And that this is what I am, this is what I'm trying to do. You get all of that. So you don't need to talk too much. You're speaking to the whatever. And he gives me 5 million naira. I think 2-3 days after that.
Wow.
He asked how much the budget. I tell him he gives me 5 million naira. So that's first grandson. So that will get the leeway. And then, but like I said, that Mama is in the canal. That's the last surviving child. All of us are grandchildren. Do you get me now? That we have to reach her and get her
in
Ikene. So I think he makes the introduction. Do you get? And gives me the number. So I call her. It was COVID. So she had said she can't come out because of her age and all of that, So we now had the Zoom session with she and the writer, Makinde, and she says one thing, says, "Edgar, look, I've gone through the script, I don't have a problem with the script, but I don't want you to talk the Akintola part of the story." Do you get? Yeah, because Akintola part of the story. So just look for me to just circle
Round it,
you get, because things are still
wobbly there.
Yeah, wobbly at that point. So that's all she said. But apart from that, she was okay with it. And then I think maybe she didn't know the extent of my power. Yeah, because she just took it very lightly, So okay, guys, go ahead. I think as time was going on, she just started seeing governors calling her, "What's going on? Are you part of this?" Top shops calling her, "Are you part of this?" And then she now calls back and says, "Oh, I may have underestimated you. I should have taken full control of this." Do you get?
Oh, wow.
People are thinking that you gave me money, and because she could actually see the weight.
the
get?
potential that he had.
And that's like that, But then it was too late. I had gone too far. And I told her, I said, "Look," and she said, "Oh, I'm the sole custodian of the Awo legacy." So I'm like, "We're not fighting that one with you.
We can't
You
even.
get? That is just one in a series. Once we finish, I will move on to something else, You know, disturb in any way. Do you get me now? But by the time she now wanted to start reading the script, controlling narrative, you should talk to this person, talk to that person, all of that. You know, but then I'd gone. The idea had gone.
Now, there's the part where you went, you saw the houses and all of that. I want to talk about that part. What led to that? And then you said you spent 1 hour and ended up spending
an
practically
entire
the whole day.
Yes,
Let's talk
did.
about that and what you got out of it.
Yeah, so I went to the house continually. I think I went there like 4 times. And then one of those times I carried like 200 bikers. Yeah, it was on his birthday. So I carried like 200 bikers. But I noticed that when I went to the house, you know, Nigerians have sense. That house should be a national monument.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because when you get there, she would show you that, that's the room Papa died in. And when Papa died, we're all out here. We didn't know that Papa had gone. So, but a pigeon flew from wherever and perched there. So they saw the pigeon there. You get? So according to her, they tried to
shoo it off.
The pigeon not really go. The pigeon just stayed there. You know, just stayed there. And then so just felt, let's go and check on Papa. So the pigeon had come to announce, or maybe has come to escort him or something. We don't know, do you get? You know, and then when you enter his expansive living room, you will see pictures of so many things that so many people, very important people that have
he has
come
met
to that
with.
room. You get? So this is Honor of Ife's favorite chair. Now the Honor of Ife was, so Mama H.I.D.A.O. has the highest teacher's title in Ife. So the Honor of Ife then Oni, what's his name now? Not this one. Don't forget about name.
The other one that passed.
He used to dress like peacock like this, have fine clothes like this, you know. But he was very powerful and very influential. You get? So he was very close to HID. Yeah, so that's on his favorite chair. Nobody sits
there
in that chair. You get? So she will just take through all of that, and then she takes to his private chapel. You get? Oh, this is private chapel and all of that, and then she goes to the museum.
The cars.
Where he was buried with Mama and all of that. You get? The IBB came to open it and things like that. And then the museum where the cars are. So it shows you the car that this car, he took this car around Nigeria 2 or 3 times during his campaigns to be president and all of that. And then it takes you to the big hall where they usually have meetings, and you see pictures of just basically Nigerian history in that place. So I just noticed that the place was kind of run down, cobwebs, dust, and all of that, you know, and it wasn't being well. And then his clothes, his shoes, his things like that. You get? So one evening, so I think it was on his birthday. So I said, let me just carry as many people as possible. So I just put it on my WhatsApp, and then the backer said, oh, they're coming. So people now came from as far as Benin, Ife, on their bikes, yeah. And yeah, and they came and they do, and the whole village was, and then she was very emotional and all of that, you know. Because young people that some were not even born when I died. Do you get it? Or they all came, and then she took us through all the history and everything. It was fun.
Okay.
There's a lot of more fun actually
coming
to be had today.
because we want to know the theme that you actually did explore with Awo.
So the theme is for Awo. I can't put it in a word like the other ones because it was about the woman.
So that's the thing. So we'll take a break. When we come back, what were you trying to get out, and what did you find out about the woman was so grave or so important that you needed to put a stage play together? Don't go anywhere. The Duke of Shomolu is here on Deep Dive.
Ready to kick off your morning with a blend of the latest news?
92.7 Super FM.
Entertainment.
Your one family,
responsible,
one
and
radio,
super breakfast
Super
show.
92.7.
Start your day with our traffic.
One family, one radio. 92.7 Super FM.
Your one family, one radio, Super 92.7
at
FM.
7 a.m.
One family, one radio.
All the latest stories.
92.7 Super FM.
Your